previous videos, we mentioned about the architectural drawing. It is produced by the architect, providing the informations related to the aesthetic view of the building. This architectural drawing will be the reference to the structural engineers to design for the structures in order to ensure the structures are stable and safe to use. We mentioned about the informations provided in the architectural drawing, and there are several plans and sections which are quite extensively used by the engineers for the structural design. This includes the plans of the buildings, the view of the buildings, as well as the cross sections of the buildings. We're going to discuss this one by one in these videos, as there are a lot of information being provided in these plans. First, we look at the floor plans, which is meant to show the layout of the building at different levels of the buildings. For a typical double-story building, there will be at least 3 floor plans, which are the ground floor, the first floor, and the roof floor. If you have additional floors, there will be additional floor plans. These are the informations that you can refer from the floor plans, which include the grid lines, the dimensions, the rooms, the space and its functions, the floor elevations, the drop or rise, the architectural fixtures and finishes, such as the fins, ceramic tiles, the structural elements, such as columns, wall, staircase, the building elements, such as the doors and windows, the services, such as the rainwater downpipe, whip hole, floor traps, manhole, septic tank, as well as the roofings. It provides details regarding the materials, pitch angles, floor path, and gutter. You may not be able to imagine this. Let us look at an example of the architectural drawings. This is an example of the architectural drawing. There are quite a number of informations here. You have ground floor key plan, you have the first floor key plan, you have the roof plan. In this architectural drawing, you have an attic floor plan, which is above the roof plan, and then from the floor plan, you will see the grid lines, and the dimensions of the grid lines are given together with the numbers of the grid lines. This line will serve as the alignment or construction line for the buildings to indicate the positions of the walls, the size of the space, and etc. You will need to observe the grid line as compared to the members of the structures for you to know the exact locations of that particular member, and observe the alignments of the member, whether it is to the side of the grid line, something like this, the grid line is on the side of the wall, or whether it is arranged in the center line of the members, something like this, the grid line is at the center of the wall. Based on the dimensions given, you will know the size of the space, the length of the wall, and probably the locations of the architectural fixtures. There will be indications of the rooms, the space, as well as its function. If you see here, there is a car porch. This one is outside of the building. There is living room, staircase, bathroom, bedroom, dining space, kitchen, store, and etc. The floor keypoint also gives you informations regarding the floor elevations. For example, proposed platform level 3.20. You have proposed platform level 3.50 and proposed platform level 3.65. This 3.20 is referring to the height from the mean sea level, and you will observe the differences in terms of the elevations for you to observe the rise and the drop of the slabs. Now you know that the lowest positions it will be the carport. Then there is a raise here in front of the main door, and then another raise for you to enter the living room. You need to be careful with the floor elevations, as this is going to govern your design later. They also indicate the existence of the drop, something like this, which you know that there is a drop in terms of the surface of the floor by 75 mm. And based on the writing here, you know that there is a rise of 150 mm from outside of the building into the living room. There will be architecture fixtures as well as the finishes. For example, you see a planter box. You see some decorative columns. This is also a part of the decorations for the doors. The decorative columns also at the carport, and it is stated to you the finishes of the floor, which is made of the ceramic tiles, and also in the washroom made of non-slip tiles. It is specified here there is a 50 mm height curb in order to retain the water in the bathroom. It also indicates to you where are the basin, where are the surfaces, the toilet bowl, the doors, the sliding door, and etc. It also provides you the elements of the buildings, such as the columns, the wall of the buildings, the staircase, the doors, the windows, and others. You see each of the doors here has a coding. This is door number 2. This is door number 1, which you will need to refer to the door schedule. In terms of the dimensions, you know that this door, the width is 2 meters. The height it will be 2.8 meters. It also provides you details in terms of the door frame and give you information how the door is being opened. From here you know that the door it will be opened by the middle, and this door will be opened by sliding. There will also be information regarding the windows. In terms of the dimensions of the windows, the design of the window, and it is stated that to manufacturer details. That means this is not the job scope of an engineer. There will also be information regarding the services. This includes the rain water down pipe as represented by the circle here. There is a line here with an arrow indicating the flow of water to the perimeter drain here. It also provides you information regarding the weep hole, which most likely there is a drop of the building surface, which is at the balcony, that can easily retain water. Then there will be 25 mm diameter weep hole to discharge the water from the balcony. You see there is a gutter here and the flow of water to the rain water down pipe. They also indicated that there are a manhole. Some even provide you the septic tank, which in this case is not shown. There are also floor traps, where the water can flow through the slab, through a floor trap. And then some details of the roofings. What kind of material used for the roofing? Which in this case we are talking about the metal sheet roofing. The pitch angle is 2 degrees, and it also indicates to you the floor path so that you can imagine it in 3D. And there will be gutter to collect the water from the roof and divert the water to the rainwater down pipe to be discharged from the upper story to the lower story, and then to the perimeter drain to be discharged out of the building. What you see here, there are a lot of informations that you can acquire from the floor plan. Not only the dimensions, it is also about the layout of the building. And remember, you need to read every single words on the plan, as it provides significant details for your design. You shouldn't ignore that. There will be notes given to manufacturer details. That means that one need to refer to the respective manufacturer. Some will say that to engineer's details. That means you will need to design for this RC gutter. You will need to spend some time to interpret the architectural drawing for you to be able to imagine the layout of the structure.